The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides minimum lighting requirements for commercial buildings, including display rooms. Display rooms should have general lighting that provides a minimum of 100-foot candles of illumination. Showcases and display cases should have supplementary lighting to provide at least 50-foot candles of illumination. The Illuminating Engineering Society, or WISE, recommends lighting levels specific to different types of display rooms. For example, art galleries should have 50 to 75-foot candles. Jewelry stores should have 100 to 150-foot candles. Retail clothing stores should have 50 to 100-foot candles. In addition to the minimum lighting requirements for display purposes, it is generally recommended to have a separate circuit for normal office-level lighting. This circuit can be used for tasks such as reading, writing, and computer work. The lighting level for office spaces should typically be between 30 to 50-foot candles. There are several benefits to separate circuits. Firstly, it allows for independent control of lighting for display and office areas. Secondly, display lighting can often be turned off or dimmed when not needed, conserving energy. Thirdly, separate circuits reduce the risk of electrical overload or malfunction. It is important to consider glare and use appropriate shielding in fixtures to avoid glare from display lighting. Choose lighting with a high color rendering index, or CRI, to accurately display product colors. For versatility, consider using dimmable lighting to adjust the illumination levels as needed. It is important to consult with a qualified electrician or lighting designer to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and standards and to determine the optimal lighting solution for specific display room requirements. These standards aim to provide adequate illumination for viewing and displaying products while also ensuring safety for occupants. The specific requirements can vary depending on the location, building code, and industry norms. When choosing lighting for a commercial space, several factors must be considered to ensure the safety and visual appeal of the environment. Proper illumination not only enhances the aesthetic qualities of a space but also contributes to the well-being and productivity of its occupants. One of the primary considerations is the type of lighting fixture. There are various options available, including incandescent, fluorescent, and light-emitting diode, or LED, each with its own advantages and disadvantages. Incandescent bulbs, for example, provide a warm and inviting glow but are less energy efficient compared to LED. LEDs, on the other hand, are highly energy efficient, long-lasting, and produce minimal heat, making them an ideal choice for commercial spaces where energy conservation is a priority. Another important factor to consider is the color temperature of the light. Color temperature is measured in Kelvin, or K, and indicates the warmth or coolness of the light emitted. Lower Kelvin values, such as 2700 Kelvin to 3000 Kelvin, produce a warm, yellowish light that is often preferred for creating a cozy and inviting atmosphere. Higher Kelvin values, such as 4000 Kelvin to 5000 Kelvin, produce a cooler, bluish light that is more suitable for task-oriented environments where clarity and focus are essential. The appropriate color temperature will depend on the specific application and the desired ambience of the space. In addition to the type of lighting fixture and color temperature, the intensity of the light is also a critical consideration. Light intensity is measured in lumens, which indicates the total amount of visible light emitted by a light source. The required light intensity will vary depending on the size of the space, the type of activities performed, and the desired level of illumination. For example, a retail store may require higher light intensity to showcase merchandise effectively, while an office space may require lower light intensity to reduce glare and eye strain. It is essential to select lighting fixtures with the appropriate lumen output to achieve the desired level of illumination without causing discomfort or visual fatigue. Furthermore, it is crucial to consider the placement of lighting fixtures to ensure uniform and balanced illumination throughout the space. Poorly placed lighting fixtures can create shadows, glare, and uneven light distribution, which can negatively impact the visual comfort and functionality of the environment. It is recommended to consult with a lighting designer or electrician to determine the optimal placement of lighting fixtures to maximize the effectiveness and efficiency of the lighting system. In addition to the technical aspects of lighting design, it is also important to consider the aesthetic appeal of the lighting fixtures. Lighting fixtures can serve as decorative elements that enhance the overall design and ambience of a space. There are countless styles, shapes, and finishes available, allowing you to customize the lighting to complement the architectural style and decor of the commercial space. It is essential to select lighting fixtures that are not only functional but also visually appealing and consistent with the overall design concept. Moreover, it is crucial to ensure that the lighting system complies with all applicable building codes and regulations. Building codes often specify minimum lighting levels, energy efficiency requirements, and safety standards for commercial spaces. It is essential to consult with a qualified electrician or building inspector to ensure that the lighting system meets all regulatory requirements and is installed safely and correctly. Proper lighting design is essential for creating a safe, functional, and visually appealing commercial space. By carefully considering the type of lighting fixture, color temperature, light intensity, placement, aesthetic appeal, and compliance with building codes, you can create a lighting system that enhances the overall environment and contributes to the success of the business. Lighting design involves a multifaceted approach that balances functionality, aesthetics, and energy efficiency. In commercial spaces, effective lighting can significantly impact customer experience, employee productivity, and overall operational costs. There are several key factors to consider when developing a lighting plan for a commercial environment. The first step in lighting design is to understand the specific needs and requirements of the space. This involves analyzing the activities that will be performed, the type of merchandise or services offered, and the desired ambience or atmosphere. For example, a retail store may require bright, focused lighting to highlight products and create a sense of excitement, while an office space may need softer, more diffuse lighting to reduce glare and eye strain. Once the needs of the space are understood, the next step is to select the appropriate types of lighting fixtures. There are various options available, including recessed lighting, track lighting, pendant lighting, and surface-mounted lighting. Each type of fixture has its own advantages and disadvantages, depending on the specific application and the desired aesthetic effect. Recessed lighting, for example, provides a clean, minimalist look and is ideal for general illumination, while track lighting offers flexibility and can be used to highlight specific areas or objects. Pendant lighting can add a decorative touch and is often used in dining areas or reception areas. Surface-mounted lighting is a versatile option that can be used in a variety of applications. In addition to the type of lighting fixture, it is also important to consider the type of light source used. As mentioned earlier, there are several options available, including incandescent, fluorescent, and light-emitting diode, or LED, each with its own characteristics. LED have become increasingly popular in commercial lighting due to their energy efficiency, long lifespan, and versatility. They are available in a wide range of color temperatures and lumen outputs, making them suitable for a variety of applications. Furthermore, LED are dimmable and can be controlled with sensors and timers to optimize energy consumption. Once the lighting fixtures and light sources have been selected, the next step is to determine the appropriate lighting levels for each area of the space. Lighting levels are typically measured in foot candles, which indicate the amount of light falling on a surface. The recommended lighting levels vary depending on the type of activity performed and the age of the occupants. For example, tasks that require fine detail work, such as reading or assembly, may require higher lighting levels than general circulation areas. Older individuals may also require higher lighting levels to compensate for age-related vision changes. It is important to consult with lighting standards and guidelines to determine the appropriate lighting levels for each area of the commercial space. In addition to lighting levels, it is also important to consider the color rendering index, or CRI, of the light source. The CRI is a measure of how accurately a light source renders the colors of objects compared to natural daylight. A high CRI indicates that the light source produces colors that are more true to life, while a low CRI indicates that the light source distorts colors. In commercial spaces, it is important to select light sources with a high CRI, especially in areas where color accuracy is critical, such as retail stores or art galleries. Poor color rendering can make merchandise appear dull or unattractive, which can negatively impact sales. Another important aspect of lighting design is to minimize glare and shadows. Glare can cause discomfort and eye strain, while shadows can create a sense of unease and make it difficult to see. To minimize glare, it is important to use lighting fixtures with diffusers or reflectors that spread the light evenly. It is also important to avoid placing light sources directly in the line of sight. To minimize shadows, it is important to use multiple light sources that illuminate the space from different angles. This will help to fill in any shadows and create a more uniform lighting distribution. In addition to these technical considerations, it is also important to consider the aesthetic aspects of lighting design. Lighting can be used to create a variety of moods and effects depending on the desired ambience. For example, warm, soft lighting can create a sense of intimacy and relaxation, while cool, bright lighting can create a sense of energy and excitement. The choice of lighting color, intensity, and distribution can all contribute to the overall aesthetic of the space. It is important to select lighting that complements the architectural style and decor of the commercial space. Finally, it is crucial to ensure that the lighting system is energy efficient and environmentally friendly. Energy efficient lighting can significantly reduce operating costs and carbon emissions. It is important to select lighting fixtures and light sources that are ENERGY STAR certified and to use controls such as dimmers, sensors, and timers to optimize energy consumption. It is also important to recycle old lighting fixtures and bulbs properly to minimize environmental impact. In summary, lighting design for commercial spaces involves a complex interplay of technical, aesthetic, and environmental considerations. By carefully considering the needs of the space, selecting the appropriate lighting fixtures and light sources, determining the appropriate lighting levels and color rendering index, minimizing glare and shadows, and ensuring energy efficiency, it is possible to create a lighting system that enhances the functionality, aesthetics, and sustainability of the commercial environment. It is often beneficial to consult with a professional lighting designer or electrical engineer to develop a comprehensive lighting plan that meets all of the specific requirements of the space. Furthermore, regular maintenance and upgrades of the lighting system are essential to ensure optimal performance and energy savings over time. By staying informed about the latest lighting technologies and best practices, commercial property owners and managers can create lighting environments that are both functional and visually appealing. When considering the design and implementation of lighting systems in commercial display rooms, it is essential to understand the various factors that contribute to creating an effective and inviting space. These factors extend beyond simply providing adequate illumination and include considerations for energy efficiency, aesthetics, and the specific needs of the displayed merchandise or products. One of the primary goals of lighting in a commercial display room is to attract customers and encourage them to make purchases. This requires careful attention to the color rendering of the light as well as the overall brightness and distribution of light within the space. The Color Rendering Index, or CRI, is a measure of how accurately a light source reveals the true colors of objects compared to an ideal light source such as natural daylight. A high CRI value indicates that the light source is able to accurately reproduce the colors of objects, while a low CRI value indicates that the light source may distort colors. In a commercial display room, it is essential to use light sources with a high CRI to ensure that the merchandise or products are displayed in their true colors. This will help to create a more appealing and inviting environment for customers, as well as increase the likelihood that they will make a purchase. In addition to color rendering, the overall brightness and distribution of light within the space are also important considerations. The brightness of the light should be sufficient to allow customers to easily see and examine the merchandise or products, but it should not be so bright as to cause glare or discomfort. The distribution of light should be even throughout the space, with no dark spots or areas that are overly bright. This will help to create a more comfortable and inviting environment for customers, as well as improve the overall visibility of the merchandise or products. Another important consideration for lighting in a commercial display room is energy efficiency. Commercial spaces typically consume a significant amount of energy for lighting, so it is important to select lighting systems that are energy efficient. Light-emitting diode, or LED, lighting is a popular choice for commercial display rooms due to its energy efficiency, long lifespan, and high color rendering index. LED consume significantly less energy than traditional incandescent or fluorescent lighting, and they also last much longer, which can help to reduce maintenance costs. In addition to energy efficiency, the aesthetics of the lighting system are also an important consideration. The lighting fixture should be visually appealing and complement the overall design of the commercial display room. There are many different styles of lighting fixtures available, so it is important to select fixtures that are appropriate for the specific space. For example, recessed lighting is a popular choice for creating a clean and minimalist look, while track lighting can be used to highlight specific areas or objects. The specific needs of the displayed merchandise or product should also be taken into account when designing the lighting system. For example, jewelry stores typically require brighter and more focused lighting to showcase the brilliance of the jewelry, while clothing stores may require softer and more diffused lighting to create a more relaxed and inviting atmosphere. It is also important to consider the specific colors and materials of the merchandise or product when selecting lighting fixtures. Certain colors and materials may appear differently under different types of light, so it is important to select lighting fixtures that will enhance the appearance of the merchandise or product. In addition to these general considerations, there are also some specific code requirements and standards that may apply to lighting in commercial display rooms. These codes and standards vary depending on the location and the type of commercial space, so it is important to consult with a qualified electrician or lighting designer to ensure that the lighting system complies with all applicable requirements. Some common code requirements and standards for lighting in commercial spaces include minimum lighting levels, energy efficiency standards, and safety requirements. Minimum lighting levels specify the minimum amount of light that must be provided in certain areas of the space, such as entrances, exits, and work areas. Energy efficiency standards specify the maximum amount of energy that can be consumed by the lighting system, and safety requirements specify the requirements for the installation and maintenance of the lighting system. In summary, lighting in a commercial display room is a complex and multifaceted issue that requires careful consideration of a variety of factors, including color rendering, brightness, distribution, energy efficiency, aesthetics, and the specific needs of the displayed merchandise or products. By taking these factors into account, it is possible to create a lighting system that is both functional and visually appealing, as well as energy efficient and compliant with all applicable code requirements and standards. Consulting with a qualified electrician or lighting designer is highly recommended to ensure that the lighting system is properly designed and installed.